everyone. What I am making is a soupe de poisson, which means fish soup. And what I did was I bought basically a carcass. And what I've done is I've deboned it and I've left some of the skins because it has nice fats in it. And then I boiled it and then I removed as much as I could. I have some here, which is what I'm going to throw in afterwards. And so I'm going to start off with some carrots. Go ahead and boil that. Some carrots. And I was thinking, what kind of soup would I like to make? And I like having nutritional soups. The reason why I'm going to move this, I'm going to move this over here. So I'm making a little bit of a mess because I've already, you should be wiping down as you go. So anyways, so I figured, what kind of soup do I want to make? I want to make a healthy soup. I've been eating a lot of a lot of fatty stuff, so it's time to get a little bit more healthier. So I've been running and walking, doing a little, not running, but doing some fast-paced walking and trying to increase my stamina. And so I feel, okay, you are what you eat is what they say. Of course, it's always been, you are what you eat. So having a soup goes right straight into your system. And I've had some tests done, and I can feel when the stuff goes into the body, and I'm like, oh. And so anyways, but I feel like this is like whatever goes into my tracking system inside, internal, is going to, we can heal our bodies with certain foods. So I saw this carcass. It was really reasonable. It's not expensive, and there were still some meats left on the bones. So I went ahead and I boiled it like a stock without all the stuff. So now I'm going to add the other ingredients to make a nice soup. So here we go. So I have my stock. I have my carrots in there, and I'm going to go ahead and add, I'm going to add my, there's celery, there's spring onions, excuse me, spring garlic. Yeah, there's the garlic. And I'm going to go ahead and add that into it. And then I'm going to add my parsley. And then I'm going to add my potatoes. I want some potatoes in there. So I figure, okay, you gotta have potatoes in your soup, right? And that's going to be a really nice soup. And there's probably still some bones in there, so you have to be really careful when you're serving it. See, I see a couple tiny bones, but as I'm adding stuff, I'm going to be removing them. So, and then I'm going to add a lot of mushrooms, because I saw this bag of mushrooms, and I thought, oh, mushrooms with fish, yum. And so I have a little bit of fennel. I'm going to add the fennel in there. And then I have some lemons. So I'm going to go ahead and add the lemons in there. Okay. So I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice in there. Now I could have added the lemons while I was cooking, but I didn't. I kind of skipped that. And that's why I have them cut up, and I was supposed to add the lemons while I was cooking, but I was so busy chopping up all the, I'm going to take this out, for crying out loud, there's a seed in there. Okay, I'll just get it later. Do you see all the little, there's little bones? Well, you'll see them as you're cooking. But this soup is going to be delicious. And I found some Parmesan rinds. And you put your Parmesan rinds. Oh, and let me add some bell peppers. Let me add some bell peppers. Get some bell peppers in there, right? And what you can do. Now, what you can do, you can I lost my train of thought. What you can't do, because I am thinking over here. Oh, and my onions. Let's put some onions in there. So, oh, here it is. What you can do is you can basically, you can saute all that stuff first. I don't think I want to do that. But what you can, I really want it to be a nice, like, soupy without any extra added oils if I can help it. But what you can do is you can take your fennels, your potatoes, all that, and you can put them in the oven if you want to step it up a notch and you want to caramelize them. You just add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, some lemon juice, and some seasonings, salt and pepper, and then caramelize them and then just kind of throw it in there. And that'll give it a nice, rich texture, and it'll bring some more fats into it. But I kind of want this to be a soupe de poisson, so without all the extra fats. Well, actually, you actually do have to do it that way. But here we go. And this is going to be a delicious soup. It's going to be healthy, and for all those that have certain ailments, this is a kind of a healthy soup. Oops, I'm just dropping all kinds of seeds in there. I'm just excited about this soup that I am making, that I'm just flying the mess out of it. Oh, heck. It's in there somewhere. It's not going to hurt, but it will, you don't want to serve it, of course, with, you know, with seeds. Who wants seeds in their soup? Okay. So, I'm going to keep adding this lemon. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some of this, a can of this 14.5 ounces of diced, fire roasted, no salt tomatoes. And the reason why I add no salt to it is because I want to add the salt to it myself. And then you just want to add your mushrooms. Yeah, and these were on sale. And all that's going to get cooked. It's going to cook down. It's like one big hot mess, huh? And then I'm going to go ahead and switch hands here. I'm going to add some salt, just a little bit of salt. I don't want a lot of salt in there. So I want this to be as much as salt-free as possible. And then some pepper. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a pinch of saffron. I'm going to add a pinch of saffron in there. Just a little bit. And not only that, it changes the color of the soup. And as this cooks down, oh, it'll, all the flavors of all the vegetables are going to incorporate. As you see, I'm going to add some of these bay leaves in there. And then I have some other herbs. And usually you add the herbs afterwards, or you make a sachet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finely mince that, because I actually want the herbs to be loose in there. So, and that's thyme and fresh oregano from my garden. A little small, tiny garden. Oh, that's good. It's already becoming delicious. And I'm hoping I'll be able to share this. Might add some cabbage to it, but it really doesn't need cabbage. And so for all you that are recovering from the stuff that's been going around, I was thinking, you know, what kind of soup would be good for your body. You know, you have your salmon, which has your omega in there, and then you have all these vegetables. There's so much antioxidants in this soup. It's really delicious. Oh, okay. Let me see. I'm gonna chop up. Move this aside, and I'm gonna chop up these herbs. And that's going to be, I want to put the herbs, instead of doing the sachet, I want the herbs to just kind of flow in with it. And I just think it'll just be a nice soup. Let that simmer. And then towards the end, I'm going to add the rest of the salmon that I have. And you could slice the mushrooms, but I kind of wanted to get it a little bit of a rustic texture. I think it'll go well. Everything's kind of rustic in this one. Oh, that's delicious. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up. So what inspired me to make this soup? Well, two things: health and economical reasons. It's so hard to get some really good fish at a decent price, and I figured that, I mean, if you can get some stuff on sale, and like I've said to a lot of the other videos, you get some stuff on sale, and then you could just use your stuff that you find on sale and just be creative. And I thought, I want to make I mean, I can't afford to make a fancy fish soup right now, but I can afford at least to make something out of carcasses. So, and it does get a little smelly after a while because the head, and that's when I go in and I start taking out the head pieces and the little glands that are in there, and so I take it all out, and then I add the other ingredients, and I just keep boiling and boiling until it comes into a nice soup. So yeah, and I think it's healthy, and you can serve it with like a crostini, or you can serve it with over some, you know, crostini would be good. That's what I would. So anyways, let's see how she's doing. Oh yeah, now she's simmering. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good soup. And I'll probably eat this all week. miss my mother, because I would come over her house and my mother would be cooking, and I miss her going into my parents' house and sitting down and just enjoying a nice meal. And she would ask me, do you want to eat? And I'd say, no. What do you have left over? And I'd just look in the refrigerator to see what was in her refrigerator, see what kind of leftovers. It's always nice to have leftovers in your refrigerator. So all you have to do is just heat it up and, you know, and be satisfied. And so, I mean, she wasn't an extravagant cook. She would just get the basics and a lot of canned foods, because they grew up in that era where everything was canned. But nowadays, you know, the farmer's market is open and you can find a lot of goods. You can find a lot of vegetables, and all you need is a pot and a stove, and then you can make something really worthwhile. And yeah, sometimes you get tired of cooking, but I think it's part of our survival skill is cooking. And when you find that people don't even have the bare essentials, it's really hard. It's heartbreaking. And hopefully our world will get better. Things will get better. And I don't think I'm going to put cabbage in this one, because I think I have enough ingredients in that soup. And so what's going to happen is the mushrooms are going to shrink. So anyways, back to the soup. Soupe de Poisson. If you want to thicken it up, you can easily add a slurry in there to make it a nice thickener. But I don't think I want to do that either. Actually, I'm going to taste it again. Oh, yeah, that's good. It's coming around. I just basically put on the cover so that it could just hurry up and heat up. Now, I'm just going to, just allow it to simmer. I'm going to add some more lemon to that, because I think it needs more lemon. There you have it. You have your fish soup. If you want to add some more chunks of fish to that, you can. I would do it at this point. But first, let me check my potatoes. Check my potatoes. Sorry. Anyways, I'm exhausted. It's not easy going on interviews, and it's just not easy. And the only jobs out there are the jobs that are very laborious. That makes it even harder. Okay, so potatoes done. Oh yeah. So when the potatoes done, pretty much everything else is done. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in there. And before you serve it, make sure all the bones are out and your bay leaves are out. And that's going to give it a more flavorful. Add a little bit more salt. So I added the extra fish and then a little extra lemon. And oh, that's delicious. Now comment down below if you think I should have added a little extra something. Alright, so there you have it. The soupe de poisson, or fish soup. Have a good one.